Bumped along the boards by Zetterberg, playing in his 800th career National Hockey League game tonight. They battle down low. Abdelkader winds up with control. Brodie watches. Shot off the boards by Zetterberg, steered aside by Karri-Ramo. By Giordano, puck slides to the crease, tap to the slot. David Jones is there to feed it ahead. Out they come. Michael Backlund to Raymond with room down the wing and a slap shot. Turned aside. Rebound. Raymond wraparound. Scores! Out of the goal, we'll leave it behind the net for Brodie. Has to hurry. Nyquist was in on the forecheck. Up the wall for Byron. He's tied up by Zetterberg, but gets the puck free, and here comes Brodie out to center ice. TJ Brodie works the puck in with a long shot. Mrazek save. Rebound loose. Mrazek down on his stomach, able to cover up.
It might be a while till we see the best of Michael Backlund. It's a hard road to come back after missing 29 games from injury.
Here comes Raymond over the line. He'll try and set it up now. Bank pass to Brodie. Brodie across to Giordano, across to Raymond in the circle with a shot up high. Mrazek took it off the shoulder and made the save. Michael Backlund. Mason Raymond. Brodie. Back to Raymond. Slap shot on the other side. Hit traffic in front. Backlund. Nice stop by Mrazek. Got the right leg up. Another shot for Backlund. Another right pad save Mrazek. I don't think he saw the second one. Right spot to make that stop. Two good chances for Backlund late in the power play. Now Backlund again with a shot. Through traffic, tipped aside by Mrazek, puck still loose. Raymond gets it in the corner. Pocket pick there as Abdelkader steps out of the box and the power play comes to an end. The line, got it across, kept onside by Raymond. Darren Helm able to knock it out to the neutral zone, and Sheahan works it in for Detroit, trying to cut out front, scores! What a goal by Riley Sheahan. He went top shelf over Ramo, and it's a 1-1 game.
Well, Mason Raymond has been a man on a mission first part of this period, but there's a turnover at the Detroit Red Wings blue line that leads to this chance. So he tries to get the puck in there, and then Helm does a good job of interfering right here. And Sheahan, I mean, that's about as beautiful a play right there. Gets in behind between the stick of Engelland right there, short side. Ramo goes down.
And Tatar keeps the play alive in the offensive zone. Helm behind the net. Tatar's out front. Brodie got a stick in the way to break up that pass. Puck played back to Tatar behind the net. Giordano's lost his stick. Landcross gives him his. As Datsyuk got a shot away off the post and off the outside of the net. Of course, plays it to the corner. Weidman intercepts. Ahead for Gaudreau. Nice play off the wall to Juris. Josh Juris with Joe Colborne. They work it in. Juris turns on the boards. Threw it out front. Steered away by Mrazek. Weidman was up on the play as well. Can't pick it up off the boards. He was checked by Zetterberg. Plays it ahead. Anderson bank pass. Didn't connect with Cleary. Mark Giordano, long lead pass to Lance Bouma on the right side. Plays it in off the board. Smith goes back to it. Bowling on the forecheck, and then Bouma runs over Brendan Smith with a big check in the corner. It in. Byron goes for the goal. There's the pass. Just over a stick into the corner. Byron had a step. Pass didn't connect. And Smith's there to clear the zone. Stajan knocked it down. Flames have to tag up and do. Bouma right back in with a long shot. Blockered away by Mrazek. Colborne to center ice. Now Gaudreau just inside the line. Lost the puck. Kicks it back to Russell. Has to regroup near his own blue line. Gaudreau to Weidman. Gaudreau got rocked by Datsyuk as Weidman brings the puck over the line with a wrist shot. Put it wide. Chris Russell back to a puck at his own end. Shots are 10-5 Calgary in a 1-1 game. Johnny Gaudreau looks like he's okay. Wheels through center with speed. Shot off the wing, kicked away by Mrazek. Rebound corralled by Ouellet. Puck played out front. Glencross fan on the one-timer, and out of the box is Weiss to take the puck in the neutral zone. Across to Helm with speed down the wing. Darren Helm. Fed it out front. Tatar works the puck to the goal with a backhand shot stopped by Ramo. Took it up high, steered it behind the net. Ball out of the goal, off the boards for Brandon Bollig. He clears the zone to center. Smith ran into Bouma. Puck brought in by Stajan. Matt Stajan cuts across the line. Just kept onside by Russell with a shot blocker saved by Mrazek with a long shot. Put that wide. Smith pinches. Byron cuts him off along the boards. Ouellet will keep it onside, but gave it away. And here goes Monahan. Sean Monahan trying to pull away. Monahan works it in with a shot. Mrazek out to make the save and squeezes the pads for the faceoff. It did, but it's fired back in by Weidman. Calgary's tagged up, and Gaudreau able to steal a puck momentarily. DeKaiser got it back for the Wings. Danny DeKaiser turns away from Johnny Gaudreau. Plays a pass in front of the goal. Taken away by Gaudreau off the stick of Glenn Benning, and Mrazek had to be sharp. There's Giordano with a long shot. That goes just wide of the goal. Around the boards, back to the line. Brodie kept it onside. Mason Raymond cuts to the high slot. Feeds it across. Giordano with a wrister. And it's blocked and then fired through the crease by Giordano off the boards and out to neutral ice. Pass to Bouma. Pass broken up by Smith. Russell trying to cut off Drew Miller, who winds up behind the net with speed. Miller out the other side. Miller leaves the puck for Quincy. Played it out front off a skate, stopped by Ramo. That deflected on goal. Ramo with a left pad save. The left side with a shot. Ramo easy save. Byron there to try and clear. Can't get it past Quincy, who kept it onside. Puck fed down low. A sharp angle shot by Helm didn't connect. The Kaiser keeps the play onside. Got it across to Quincy with room and a shot. Ramo makes the save. Trying to smother the rebound. Finally hangs on with Tatar looking for the loose puck. Face off won by the Flames. Brody winds up with control. Up the boards, Kronwall pinches, kept it in for a moment, but out comes Calgary with numbers. Glenn Cross works it across for Giordano, got it back. Glenn Cross shot stopped by Mrazek, and Monahan put the rebound wide.
So right from the slot.
That's a very good save by Mrazek.
Yes.
Because you'd expect the pass to get through. Yes. Good throw over there. Make that Diaz with a shot that he fires high and wide. Puck comes right back to him. Rafa Diaz gives the puck to Raymond. Zetterberg all by himself. Lost the puck to Giordano. Quick up to Raymond. Raymond with speed. Stops just inside the line. Passed up the boards to David Jones. Banked it off the wall. Backlund got it back to the line. And Brody with a shot. Bouncer on goal. Pad save Mrazek. And out comes Matt Stajan through center with speed down the wing with Boma. Pass out front for Boma. And winds up behind the net on the other side. Onto it's Cleary. And he'll clear the zone. Lifts the puck to center ice. Anderson carries in with a shot up high on Hillard. And he takes that off the chest and he hangs on for a face. Back to Weidman. Fakes. Chris Russell. Showing patience. Weidman. Over to Gaudreau. One-timer, and that's stopped by Mrazek. And the rebound's cleared all the way down the ice. Nyquist gets the puck. Got it out front. Here's a chance. Zetterberg scores! Puck pinballs around right onto the stick of Henrik Zetterberg in his 800th game. Makes it 2-1 Detroit.
As you said, Rick, neither centerman thrown out, so that means Zetterberg stays in the face-off circle. Going to get some help right here from Nyquist. He's just going to come in. You see Zetterberg just sort of sneak away into that quiet zone. Gets a bit of a break as a puck. Not sure exactly who it hits. I know Dennis Weidman is complaining he got high stick right there. And we're going to see the puck just comes right onto the stick of Zetterberg, and Hiller, of course, is having a hard time tracking that one through all the traffic.
Trying to work it out of the corner with help from Joe Colborne. Colborne's tied up by Glendening. Still battling for the puck. Colborne gets it back. Nice pass. Weidman shoots into traffic. Mrazek makes the save. Rebound loose. And he covers up for a whistle with 35 seconds to go. On-wall wheels through center. Drops it off for Zetterberg. Across to Datsuk. Pavel Datsuk works it in. Around the board, Zetterberg in the corner. Got it out front. Hopped over a stick back to Abdelkader. Hit the post. Scored the rebound. Justin Abdelkader into an open net, and it's 3-1 Detroit.
There's just an absolutely beautiful entry by the Detroit Red Wings. What's this patience and puck possession right there? Zetterberg far side, Datsuk, and then over to Zetterberg again, quickly in front, Abdelkader right in front. He misses the first attempt, but just everybody's open at that point because of great puck movement right there, and Abdelkader stays on that one right there. A lot of times after missing the shot, hitting the post, players give up. Real quality, just never gives up on the play.
On the draw, Datsuk battling, puck comes back to the line, shot by Weidman, got through, but Nyquist, Mrazek there to make the save and hang on.
Battled for a few minutes after that, but he's been really good since that.
Gaudreau bank pass, Weidman shot, glove save, can't handle the rebound, it bounces free. Over the line, ran into traffic, tumbled, play stays onside, Weiss threw it out front, that was blocked, and the puck bounces out the center. Onto it there is Byron. Joining him is Backlund, shorthanded. Byron out front to back, the right and scores! He's back, Lund. And it's a one-goal game.
On the PK, the Calgary Flames have proven to be dangerous. Love to go on the offensive. There's a turnover right there, but it's just pure speed after that. Byron makes a nice little play right here, and he's able to get the puck tape to tape on the stick of Backlund. Loses it just for a second, and that's what throws Mrazek off. But what a pass by Byron.
Off the draw, the Flames able to clear. Part of the issue is they just haven't been shorthanded very much this year. One of the fewest, the least penalized teams in the league. Here come the Wings. Tatar with a backhand shot. Glove saved by Hiller. Josh Juris in the corner. Weiss watching him. Colborne battling with Quincy. Now Juris gets it. Nice play back to the line to Englund. Derek Englund with a wrister into traffic. Penalty coming up. Juris with a shot. Nice save for Razik. Colborne tries a backhand shot. Puck knocked to the corner. He's in the corner trying to get the puck free. Watched by Smith. Staging behind the net to Glencross. Penalty over. Flames got a shot away. Hit the post and out the other side. Snuck in behind Mrazek off the post and trickled just wide across the goal line. Gaudreau gets it back to Giordano at the point. Giordano. Johnny Gaudreau, top of the circle, turns, back to Giordano, shoots, and that hit traffic in front. Bounces to Brody with a shot, glove save Mrazek, and he hangs on for a whistle. Face-off win for the Wings. Ouellette with a shot, blocked by Glencross. Puck tipped out to center ice, Jones got it over to Backlund. Backlund back to Jones, Jones right in with a shot, off the glove, and deflected wide by Smith. Brody hustles back, Miller on his tail. Brody makes a nice play and feeds it across to Giordano. Lead pass to Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau, 4 flames over the line, shot by Gaudreau. Mrazek makes the save and hangs on. Eyes his chronological age as Hiller out of the goal stops the puck behind his own net. Up to Giordano. Lost the puck to Nyquist, cuts out front. Nyquist on the backhand, trying to go 5-hole, and Hiller made the save. Mason Raymond looking out front, pass deflects behind the net off of Kronwall. Backlund to Raymond, tipped out front, they score, they're going to wave it off. Mrazek had lost his mask and the whistle blows. Kronwall back to the puck, going to tie it up on the end boards. They battle away, seconds ticking down, and that'll do it. Flames push back in the third, but the comeback falls short.